All right, so we'll go ahead and begin this week's Webinar Wednesday. And joining us today is myself, Jason Haloossim, the co-founder here at Brilliant Directories. And we're always lucky to have Patrick Brunelle with us, the brand manager. Many of you have might have spoken with Pat on training calls in the past or seen some of his tutorial videos that he's created for Brilliant Directories. So Patrick, thank you for being available and joining us today.
It's always awesome to be here. Thank you, Jason.
And again, for those of you who are joining us for the first time, the goal of Webinar Wednesdays is really to make ourselves available and to answer questions on a weekly basis that you may be stuck somewhere on your site or not know how something works, or you just want to learn more of the possibilities of what you can do with Brilliant Directories. So we're really here to help resolve any questions that you might have so that you can focus on your business, your website business, the directory, and less on the technicalities of setting up your site. So we hope that these webinars help make it a little easier to manage your directory website. And about the types of questions you can ask, we really like to hear questions about anything, and they can be not only related to how to set up your site, but they can be how to better market your site, SEO strategies, how to funnel membership signups and optimize those so you get better conversions. If you want tips on how to publish content, making money is always my favorite, and there's always different strategies based on the industry that you're in on how to generate revenue. So any of these topics you can ask questions on, and things you don't see here either. So hopefully these will stimulate some questions while you're watching the presentation, and we can get to them during the next hour. And last week we did have a contest winner. Sheila, I saw that Sheila is on the in the presentation. Sheila, I'm going to go ahead and unmute your microphone. Are you there with us, Sheila?
Yes, I'm so excited. Sorry.
So Sheila's, you're located in Chicago?
Yes.
Okay, great. Do you know what the Directory Discount Club is?
No, I don't think so. No, I don't.
Okay. I think Sheila, you have one directory website with Brilliant Directories, is that correct?
Yes.
Okay, great. So the Directory Discount Club, many of you know that we have our one-time pay option, which is great if you're confident about your idea and the platform. The Directory Discount Club is usually for people who need multiple directories. These could be domainers, agencies, or developers that have a lot of clients. So with the Directory Discount Club, it's normally $19.97, a one-time payment, and you get 2 power websites with that. And the benefit, once you're a member of the Directory Discount Club, is any additional sites are just $450 one time for an additional power website. So Sheila, what you're going to get today is we're going to add one website to your account, and in the future, if you ever needed to purchase additional sites, you'll be at the membership price of just $450 each additional website as a one-time payment.
Thank you. Oh, I don't mean the L, sorry.
No, that's not. And then for those of you watching the webinar, I want to do something special with the Directory Discount Club. If you're not a member, you can sign up for $19.97. If you have ideas for more sites, it's well worth it. You can use the promo code VIP25, so you can get 25% off of the Directory Discount Club membership and get the 2 sites. But what I want to do for the next 24 hours only, this isn't going to be the deal of the week. This is just for the next 24 hours. If you did go to our website and purchase the Directory Discount Club, make sure you use the VIP25 code. Instead of 2 power websites, I'll add a 3rd power website absolutely free. So this will come down to around $1,500, and you'll get 3 power websites, and you'll be a Directory Discount Club member moving forward. So if you're thinking about multiple sites, that's perfect for you. And Sheila, I'm so happy for you. Just email support@brilliantdirectories.com, Sheila, and they'll make sure to add that free site to your account.
Okay, perfect. Thank you so much.
You're very welcome. Congratulations, Sheila, and thanks for joining us in the webinar today. Okay, Sheila's the big winner there today. Very happy for her. And we have a deal of the week. Last week's deal of the week was amazing. As you know, it was the promo codes. We're going to have that released towards the end of this month, and it's going to be officially released in April. So those of you who got the pre-order on coupon codes, congratulations. You're going to be very happy with that. This week's deal of the week is more about the security of your data. Now, with all the Brilliant Directory sites, we do save one day worth of backups of your site. So if there was anything ever happened that you needed to restore your website, you do have 1 day worth of backup that you can restore. The deal of the week is to get 14 days worth of website backups. And this will allow you, if you have staff members who are working on your website, or you're making updates regularly to your website, or if you have lots of valuable data, the 14 days worth of backups is really a safety net for you. So in the event if something happens where you accidentally deleted someone 2 days ago, or you changed something on your website, maybe you did a customization and you need to restore that customization to what it was several days ago, with the 14 days worth of backups, you could restore a part of your website from 3 days ago and a part of your website from 10 days ago. So in the event that something could go wrong, it really is security and insurance that you'll be able to get that data back and restored to your site. And you have 14 consecutive days of individual backups that will store for you as Brilliant Directories. Normally, this is actually a really good deal of the week. Normally, the daily website backups for 14 days, it's $50 per month, or you can pay annually and save a little bit there, $250 per year. But with the deal of the week, we're actually dropping it super low. It's only $15 per month, or if you wanted to opt for the yearly, it's just $75 per year, and you'll have 14 days worth of website backups that you can rely on, and you can sleep soundly at night knowing that you don't have to worry if something randomly gets deleted from your site, or someone makes a change on your website that they shouldn't have. You can easily have a backup restored. So if you want some peace of mind, if your website is important to you and you have valuable data there, I highly recommend opting for the 14 days of website backups at the 70% off price. This truly is a great deal of the week, and you can just go to brilliantdirectories.com/promo and you can get the deal of the week. Unfortunately, because the price is already so low, you're not going to see a place to enter an additional promo code here, but that's okay. I promise you that at this price, it's definitely worth its weight in gold. So that is the deal of the week. And now for the fun part. Martin, are you there? I've unmuted your microphone, Martin.
Yeah, I'm here. I had a question about your referral program. If I refer other members or other people that buy sites, how does that work? How's the commission structure? Do I get an affiliate link, or do I give the name, or how does that work exactly?
Yeah, so that's a good point. We have a great affiliate program, and what you can do is you can sign up to become an affiliate, and you get 40% of any sales commissions. There are a couple rules.
What about there's a sale? Does it have to be full price, or?
So it's whatever the person pays on the site. So let's just say someone pays $100 for a product, you'll actually get 40% of that as your affiliate commission. And the one rule about the affiliate commission is you can't purchase products for yourself. They have to be, for people that you're referring to the products. That's just the one caveat with most affiliate programs, is you can't use it to just buy products for yourself to get that discount. So you can definitely go to our website. In the footer area here, there is a link for our affiliate program. It takes about 90 seconds to get registered. And once you become an affiliate, you do get a referral link, and you can start using that link in banner ads. You can create blog articles about Brilliant Directories, and you can just start pushing traffic to our site. So even if someone just goes to one of your links and comes to our homepage and purchases something, I think 60 or 90 days later, you'll still get the affiliate commission. It's 180 days that the cookie lasts. So all you have to do is focus on pushing traffic to the Brilliant Directories website, any page, and eventually once people purchase, you'll get your 40% commission.
Great.
All right, thanks for your great question, Martin.
So Jason, I have a question from Darren here, and he's asking what's the easiest way to edit the email signature that comes with the website? I don't think we've had that question before. So your website comes with a default email signature. If I wanted to customize that, where would I go?
Gotcha. So that is a good question, and it's actually not the email signature. So as you all know, with Brilliant Directories, there are automated emails that go out to your members when they sign up, when they're doing password retrieval, and things of that nature. Let me show you where the email templates are first. And that's under the email section, and you get email templates. And you can obviously customize and create your own email templates. And in some of the email templates, let me just scroll down here. Let's just customize this one when somebody's account is activated. So over here, it's not necessarily a signature. It just says thank you and then website name. So your website name would automatically be filled into here. But there are certain emails that do have like a signature field, and it looks like this. And it's not the signature of the website, it's the signature of the admin user. So if we go to the admin users here, admin accounts, and we'll just edit one of these admin accounts. And if you scroll to the bottom here, you'll see the email signature. So this could be based on the admin account, and you can make this a little more generic. You can get rid of the name. You can just say, you know, Holistic Health Finder, or if you want to have a name, you can have it there. And any emails that add the administrator's signature, this is where you can edit it. So I went to admin accounts, and then you can edit your admin account. And then down here, you can customize basically the look and feel of your signature. You think that answers the question good enough?
Absolutely. Thank you, Jason.
Okay, good. Yeah, that's a good question there, and something that probably most people don't know that they can do. When there is no signature, I think it just says, you know, it doesn't say anything actually. So you might want to make sure you have a signature there. Okay. I might mispronounce this. Stephen, are you there?
That's correct. Yes. How are you?
Good, good. Thank you, thank you. I get confused with the Steffens and Stefans and Stevens, so, and I don't want, they're very, very touchy about those names. Where are you calling in from, Stephen?
Philadelphia.
Okay, great, great. And what's your website?
I have several, but boardcertified.com.
Oh, okay. You were in our last webinar. That's right. Yeah. What's your question for us today?
All right. So we have a tremendous number of memberships, and when we loaded our data, Brilliant Directories loads in, automatically creates an email address for the blank ones. Well, when we try then to create a duplicate email, because several of our memberships are controlled by one manager or one office, we might have 35 physicians in one office that are members, it won't allow us to use a duplicate email address. Is there an override for that?
There should be an override for that, and when you're importing members here, I believe there is an option here under the advanced options, and if you check this box, if email already exists, allow multiple accounts to be created. So by default, if you're importing members and that email address exists, it's not going to add that new record. But if you check this box, it should enable multiple listings to be created even though they have the same email address.
Okay, then my question would be, now that we have 420,000 membership names in there, can I, if I go to create a duplicate, if I go to update an email address and it's a duplicate, it's not allowing me to do that. Is that a different setting?
Jason, we do have an advanced setting for that allows you to override that. That's if you just type in email, you'll see that one of the first one that's going to come up is the override duplicate email. It's called same email accounts. If you make that a 1, and for both of those, then it should allow that duplicate email account. As long as they have a unique password, they should be good to go.
Excellent.
And okay, so there's an advanced setting for that. That should work. If that doesn't work, email into the support team. There's probably one more setting or something to allow that. There's a lot of protection against allowing multiple email addresses, similar email addresses, but a lot of people, they don't mind. In your case, it's a unique example, so you actually do want to enable duplicate email addresses.
Great, thank you. That helps a lot.
All right, you're very welcome. And I've already set that up on your site there, so you can give that a test.
Oh, great, thanks.
You're welcome. Okay, great question about allowing the same email address to be registered on the site multiple times. And again, it's rare that you need that, but in certain cases, you definitely do need that. Okay. All right, Jerome. Jerome, I've unmuted your microphone.
Hey guys, how you doing?
Good, good, Jerome. How you doing?
Doing great, thanks.
Yeah, thank you so much for all your support. It's fantastic. The turnaround time, I'm very pleased with. You guys always do a great job with the support. And my question today is more about SEO strategies. I saw that as one of your bullet points, and it comes up a lot with our clients. They would like to see their profile rank a little higher in Google when people search for a specific keyword in their city that they're located. And so I'm wondering if you can maybe show me, based upon the example I sent you in the question box, that specific member, how we can maybe help them get their keywords straightened out.
Absolutely. So do you mind if I take a visit to your site?
Sure.
Okay, the name of that company is Air Force One Heating. Good name for a heating company. All right, give me one moment here. And let's go take a look at that member first here. So we'll go to the member search. And actually, let's go to the front of the website as well. And let's type in Air Force. So there you are right there. So those of you who don't know, the system does have an auto-suggestion tool. So as you start typing, it will start recommending members based on keywords that you're typing here. It's just a little convenient tool to help your visitors find what they're looking for a little quicker. So yeah, let's look at a few things here. They're under home services, and their specialties are heating and air, cooling, solar installation, and utilities. And this person is in Murrieta, California. Let's take a look at how Google is reading this page to start. So the name of their company, this is how Google reads the page. You're seeing a lot of code, but what's really important here, among other things, is the title of the page. And we can see here the name of the company, and then we see the top level category here, home services, and then shop local. I guess that's one of the that's the top level category. I mean, that's here in the general settings. That's probably the industry or the profession name. Yeah, here, industry name here, which is kind of just like a blanket keyword that you probably want to use for your entire site. So there's a few options you have to kind of optimize this specific members. Do you want to just do this specific members, or update the template for all members?
You know, it's a good question. You know, we are a business directory, and shop local is selected because there's a shop local element, obviously, with the directory. Again, it's such a general overall directory. Maybe you could recommend something.
Yeah. So first of all, we want to make sure we get some part of the address in here, because whether it's the city name, so that sure, this is the name of the company, but it's not localized with their city name or anything like that. So there is a way to update this on all profile pages. So you know, these are all dynamic pages. The profile pages, your search results pages, they're all made on the fly. When you're logged in as the admin, you get this nifty toolbar here. And if you ever want to update the SEO templates, these are the templates that kind of power all the similar pages, like all your profile pages, all your search results pages. You can just click there to edit the SEO template. It'll bring us into the admin here. And what we really want to do is scroll down here to the page meta title. And we see the full name here. That's the name of the company. We see the profession name. That's the that's right here, is their top level category, home services. But what we really want is Murrieta, California. And if I'm correct, let me, and then the industry was the industry here in the general settings, the industry name. That's where we're getting shop local from when you look over here and you see shop local. So let's add a couple, let's add a couple options here. I don't know all of them off the top of my head, but I know you can do things like city name. So let's put like city name here. And if it's not city name, it's like city. And I'm just going to add the you need three percentage signs on the front and back. That's kind of the short code for it. And let's do state name as well. And let's just save that and see what that does. If I was able to.
I noticed the profession name looks like it just has 1 there in front of the profession. Is that correct?
Let's see. Yeah, that should have 3 as well there. Okay. So let's just save that and see what that does. And again, I don't remember the variables off the top of my head. Let's see if they get added here. Okay, so now it says Murrieta, California. So that's great now, because now Google is going to know that this company focuses in Murrieta, California. Let's take it one step further and add the zip code.
I'm not sure the zip code's going to print, Jason. I believe that's a future update for the platform, but you can go ahead and give it a try.
Okay. What should we type? Like zip code?
Again, that's the locality type that we discussed in the previous webinar.
Gotcha. All right, we'll give it a shot here, though. I mean, the city and the state name is pretty good. Zip code would be super good. And then another one that would be good is if you put their phone number in there. Yeah, there's the zip code right there, Pat.
Oh, very nice. Amazing.
So
That's
now,
perfect.
So now we've done this, and then what's really good is their phone number too. Sometimes people Google phone numbers, and it would be nice if their listing showed up for their phone number. Again, it's optional, but let's do the phone number too, since we're having such good luck with these variables. I think that's phone.
And this is going to work like this across the whole directory now.
Correct. So all your members' profile pages will have these additional variables in the title there. So now the phone numbers there also. And I think...
Could you also put a subcategory in there of some sort to kind of pull in what their subcategories are?
I'm not sure. Let's give it one more try here. Let's push the limits here.
Yeah, because the issue is which one will it pull, right? If they have 100 sub-level categories.
Yeah.
All right, let's try here.
Let's see what happens.
I feel like we're doing a slot machine or something. Let's see. Okay, here we go. We got one of them: heating and air conditioning, HVAC. I'd rather have that than nothing, to be honest.
It looks like it grabbed the first one of the subcategories, which is perfect.
Exactly, and then I would actually, you can reorder these. What I'm going to do is I'm going to actually copy this into the chat for everyone. And obviously, not everyone needs all of these. But you can, now that we have kind of a baseline here, people can order them however they like. And I'd put the zip code before the state, the city name, just because that's how things are. So I put that in the chat there.
And in this one instant, I probably wouldn't publish the industry. Normally, I would. But when you publish something in an SEO template, you have to think, will somebody be typing this in order to find a certain service? So I don't think anybody looking for an air conditioning service is going to ever type in the keyword shop local. So having those keywords in that meta title for that member is not helping them get found, and it's diluting the keywords that you actually do want to be attacking.
You're
Excellent point. Absolutely true.
What I'll do is I'll put actually the profession name, the one that is home services. I think we can even get rid of that, to be honest, in this example, because their main thing is heating and air conditioning.
You can leave home services if you want, just because if it pulls in like restaurants or you know what I mean.
Okay. Gotcha. All right, let's just save these changes, and that is one way. And if you want to remember how I got here, you can do this on all your pages. If you wanted to do something similar on your search results pages, let's click on home services here. All you need to do is toggle open this admin bar, and then it'll take you to the SEO template that's powering this page. So in this case, we see profession name in the city name and state, and that's exactly what we see here. Home services in Murrieta, California. So you can jam pack this with more keywords if you need to.
Okay.
All right.
And then what is the typical time frame for Google to kind of update where it's pulling from this new metadata there?
I want to say weeks. It could be quicker. A little trick that I like to do just with any website is, like, I'll take the link, and even if you have your site submitted with Google, I like to Google submit site to Google, and then I'll just go to the first link here, and I'll just put I'll put in your URL in here, and I'm not a robot, and then submit request. I don't know if that does anything, but I think it could help expedite it a little bit. And you can do the same thing with Bing. Let's not forget poor little Bing there. Submit site to Bing, and you can also submit your site to Bing. Just put the URL here, and I can't even read what that says, so I'm not going to try to decode that.
Okay.
All right. Yeah.
I also like submitting my sitemap. If I've done a lot of changes, generating a new sitemap, resubmitting the sitemap, letting them know, hey, there's a new sitemap on my site. That's good for everybody on this webinar to know about. If you haven't done this before, it's a good thing to do. Just generate that sitemap, submit it to Google, and then you ensure all the pages that have members on them will get indexed.
That's right. All right. I think that's a really good question, actually, because a lot of people ask that. I know our friends in the United Kingdom, they have counties, and I think what Pat was referring to, we can't get the county name to show here, but it is on the feature roadmap there, so it is on the radar. All right, thank you very much, Jerome, for that excellent question. That's a great question about SEO, and now his site is now permanently optimized better for search engines. At least his member profile pages are, just with that little change.
All right, great stuff. So I do have a couple questions that are written in. They don't have their mics. First one is from Jason, and Jason's asking, how can I add a sidebar to my checkout page?
Oh, that's a new thing we just added. So actually, let me show an example here. And we can use the Brilliant Directories checkout page. You guys will notice that we have on the Brilliant Directories checkout page, there is a sidebar here. And you guys can also have sidebars on your checkout pages. So just give me a second and let me pull up a sample site that we can do that on.
And maybe while you do that, I'll talk about some of the things I see people doing with this. Since you can basically control this by membership level, we've seen some customers have basically a breakdown of the things that are included in the plan they're about to pay for. They add those secure icons that you see on the Brilliant Directories payment page that Jason's on right now to add additional confidence to the consumer. And of course, ideally, having an SSL, you're keeping them on your website so that you have a branded checkout page as well. So it's good to take the time and set this up to increase the conversion rate.
Absolutely. And also, if what's good about the sidebar, just same thing Pat said, if someone's signing up for like a lower membership level, you can have a banner there that says upgrade to a higher membership level today, and kind of entice them to go for the higher package. So let's go to a regular sign up page here, and we'll notice that the sign up page is usually centered right down the page. By the way, these sign up pages, I love them because they're just incredibly easy for your members to sign up with. And let's add a sidebar here. What we'll do is to add a sidebar, and by the way, what you guys are seeing here, this is not yet released. This is still in the labs, but we're working on, and these are not real numbers either. This is just a mock-up. We are working on providing you guys with more stats for your admin so you can get a better pulse on your member signups, how your revenue is doing, cancellations, and things like that. But this isn't coming relatively soon, but we are in the works for this. So get excited, but not too excited just yet. All right, so to add a sidebar, what you want to do is go to your Finance tab and click on Manage Products. And when you manage a product, so on this one we are on the Professional Sign Up page. So let's edit our Professional product. It's right here. There's 135 members currently that are professional members. So when you edit this, you have a few options right here in the General tab. So you can name your membership level. This is called Professional. You can choose the email that's sent after these members sign up. And then right here are the new options to create the sign-up page sidebar. So this site doesn't have like a nice one that says, hey, you should join our site, but I'm just going to show one of the sidebars from the member search results page. And you can choose the alignment, whether it goes on the left or on the right side. In this case, let's do the left side, and let's save the changes. And if we refresh the page, okay, we now see a sidebar here on the left. This is the one for the member search results. Obviously, you don't want to search here. You want to put some promotional text or banners. You don't need a banner ad here. So what you can do, the next question is, well, how do you make your own sidebar? So to create your own brand new sidebar, all you would have to do is go to your toolbox and go to your sidebar manager. And we're going to let that load. And once your sidebar manager has loaded, so these are all the sidebars on this website. We're going to create a new sidebar, and we're going to call it Pro Checkout Page, and we'll save it. Okay, and after that is saved, there we go. So now we have Pro Checkout Page, and we can edit this sidebar, and we can start adding different modules. So maybe you create your custom banners, your widgets. So these are the available widgets on your site. I'm just popping in some random ones here, but you can pop in the widgets that you want, and then you can go back to your Finance tab, Manage Products, and now the Pro Checkout Page sidebar will be available, and you can then control what shows on the sidebar of this page. Incredibly helpful. I think that having promotional banners on, motivational text on the sign-up pages does provide a level of credibility, and also it gives this is your opportunity to give your potential members a little bit of peace of mind in their purchase. And some good things to do is let them know that the checkout page is secure. You can tell them some benefits of joining your directory website. And what also helps is if you have some kind of a testimonial from one of your actual live members, you can go ahead and put that here as well. So you kind of got a triple threat here of a testimonial, benefits of joining, and the fact that this is a safe and secure checkout page. And that's kind of what we do on Brilliant Directories, and we've noticed our conversion rates go up on our checkout pages just by adding a sidebar here. So super helpful, and it's not too complicated. I'd give that on a scale of 1 to 5, I'd give it a 2 on the difficulty level there.
All right, great stuff. Thank you, Jason.
That's a good question. And let's see here. Kevin, I've unmuted your microphone. Kevin G.
Hello, I was curious about on the forms, getting somebody to email you back when they fill out a form in particular. And I think you can do the contact form emails you when they fill it out, but I was curious about the other forms.
All right, good stuff. So I'm just going to explain a little bit about the forms and some of the settings that we have. So basically, we have lead settings. So there's basically 2 types of forms that are going to send an email response to the person that submitted the form. We have the lead form, right? When people sign up, when somebody tries to contact one of your members, you're able to control what email they get after submitting it. So if somebody tries to contact one of your members, in the lead settings, you're able to say, I want my member to receive the preview email template. You can control which email they get. I understand, Kevin, this is not your question. I'm definitely going to get there. Just going to give a quick summary. So I'm able to control which email the member receives when somebody tries to contact them. I'm also able to control...
Can you show us where that form is when you say when someone's trying to contact your member?
Absolutely. Thank you, Jason. You're absolutely right. So when somebody is on a profile page for your website and they try to contact them via the lead form, we call this a lead form, or the get match form, you're able to control what email they get after this form is filled out. So in this instance, the member is going to receive the preview email, and the email that they're going to get is the lead preview auto. If I create a custom email, I can select a different email for my members to get after somebody tries to contact them. So this is very basic. There's a few other templates that you can also control, but I think what Kevin is referring to is that he wants to be able to create additional forms and control which emails go out when somebody fills them out. This cannot be done through your lead settings. So if you want to create a custom form on your website and you would like an email to go out to the person that fills out the form, the steps to follow would be to go into the form manager. Inside of the form manager, you would want to find the website contact form, and the next step to do would be to edit it, and then in the actions there's an option to clone the website, clone the form. There's a reason why we're going to do this, and I'm going to explain it after I clone it. So I'm going to clone the website contact us form, and I'm going to rename it custom. And as always, we need to ensure the variable name is unique. Don't worry, if you try to save this without changing the variable name, you'll be prompted to do so. We'll go ahead and save it. So now I have a new form that I copied from the website contact form. The reason this is important, Kevin, is that when we go to edit this particular form setting, all of the save actions that come with the platform that make an email go out have been copied to that form. So when you click on the email settings tab, you're able to scroll down and decide whether or not an email should be sent after the form is submitted. So perhaps I'm going to create an application form on my website, which would be a good example of this. I don't want people to create a profile. I want people to apply to be a part of my website. So I will customize the form, and then I will go to the edit email settings, and I will say when somebody submits the application form, I would like to receive an email, and I would like the member to receive an email. And this is where you're able to select which email you want that member or that person on the website that filled out the form to get. And you have an option to be copied on that, so you can have a duplicate of that email. Essentially, this is the fastest and easiest way to create a custom form and to control whether or not the system's going to send out an email to the person that filled it out. There are some limitations to the software, but is this pretty much what you were looking to do, Kevin, or were you looking to add that functionality somewhere else?
Well, that's exactly what I was looking to do, but when you create a form using the other forms, it looks like it's going to send an email because it has the same email settings, but it's only this one in particular you're saying that you have to start with in order to create one that sends an email?
Correct. So if you clone the website contact us form, then you're ensured that all of the settings are right. What you do after that is you can add all of the custom form fields to your liking. So you can really completely revamp this, changing everything from the ground up. What matters is what's happening behind the scenes, which is the form settings. There's something critical to understand. I know this is a little bit more advanced, but it's very important to understand. If you're going to go this route, this information is now going to be stored in your form inquiries. So you're going to get an email as the admin. Patrick, somebody has applied to join your website. So you're going to know you need to go to your form inquiries in order to view this email that came in. This is where you would manage this, where you would be able to identify which form the inquiry came in for. So if this was an application form, I'd be able to log into my form inquiries, where I would then be able to view the entire inquiry that came in and decide whether or not I wanted to move them along the application process, so to speak. This information is not stored in the database. This is a screenshot of the information that was copied. So there's no way to convert this into a member, so to speak. You're only going to be able to go into the form inquiries and read all the data that was captured in the custom form that you created.
Yeah, that'll work. I could make like a template that says, be sure to check the form inquiries page, so I know to go there. When someone fills out, for instance, a feedback in the application, part of my application, they fill out the feedback part. I want to go and check and see what they wrote.
And again, if you check the box for the admin to be copied, you won't need to even have a reminder. You'll be reminded automatically because you're going to be getting the clone email. So if the email said, thank you for your feedback, you'll know somebody filled out the feedback form on your website. You'll know that you need to go to your form inquiries in order to read all of that.
Got it. Perfect. Thank you.
My pleasure. Jason, does that pretty much cover it?
That covered, and I learned something there, Pat. Actually, that was a really good explanation. So thank you for that.
All right, my pleasure. I'll pass it back to you, sir.
Thank you. All right. So great questions today. All right. I got Steve. Steve, are you with us?
Yes, I'm here. Can you hear me?
Yes, Steve. How are you today?
Doing all right. How are y'all doing?
Good, good. Thank you. It's Wednesday. It's Hump Day. I love these webinar Wednesdays. It just adds a little more excitement to the week.
Absolutely. I've got a question about I have both business listings and events on my Brilliant Directories site, and I wanted to run a promotion to market the spring break events that are coming up for the spring break week. And I wanted to get y'all's advice on what the best way to market those particular events would be on the Brilliant Directories platform.
Sure. Do you mind if we take a look at your site?
Sure. It's directorycc.com.
All right.
This is a local directory site for a specific city in South Texas. And we're right on the beach, so spring break is in Corpus Christi is a destination. So we want to be able to find our events that are on there. We haven't put many events on there right now, so that's something we're going to be doing is uploading a bunch of events. But just want to get y'all's opinion on what some good marketing tips would be to get that out there.
So Jason, if you want, I could show what I'm doing for some sites as well using social media advertising, but I don't know if you have something else you wanted to show.
Well, let me. No, that would be great to see how you would promote one of the events on social media and highlight one of the venues that is having a a spring break event. What I was going to show is how to aesthetically bring more focus to the spring break events on this site. And yeah, if you want, Pat, why don't you show how to first, let's say you have an event like this, Frankie Ballard, how would you promote this further for the companies that are trying to get the word out about this?
You got it. Do you mind sharing, making me the presenter real quick? All right, fantastic. So what I like to do for websites, and I think I did present this, maybe it was the first webinar, is I'm a big fan of using social media for driving traffic to the website. So this is the website itself. That's basically a magazine for mothers, right? So we're trying to drive traffic. You're using events, we're using articles. That's our leverage for driving traffic, getting users to interact, eventually finding businesses. So what I'm going to show you is how we use social media. So when I scroll down, and what I would do in your case is I would go ahead and copy the link of an event the same way I copy a link to an article. So let's say that this is an article, or in your case it would be an event that I want to really drive traffic to. The next thing I would do is I would just post a link here, and the little trick is sometimes you need to refresh it one time for it to work properly. In this case, that wasn't the case. So in your case, the event image is going to display and the link. For me, aesthetically, what I like to do is I like to copy the title of the event or the title of the article. So instead of the link, what many people don't know is you can replace the link that is on there with the title if you like, or in some cases you can have the intro paragraph display as well. So it could be something like the hottest clubs for spring break, or check out the hottest, or DJ Tiesto is going to be playing at this club. Then it's an image of the club, of the event. and then the title. And all of this you can edit to your liking since you're the one that's publishing it on your Facebook page. Now, after you go ahead, and even though I got rid of the link, this is all clickable to my directory. So I'm going to go ahead and cancel this since it's already been published. And I'm going to show you some of the ones that we've done, and you're going to see some of the results and how I can read the results so I can know if people are interested or not. So this one here is boosted, and it's going to send, but I'm going to go one that's already in action. So here's one that we published that's an article on the website. Here's the title, the paragraph, just like I mentioned. And you can see that we've had 1,600 people reached. About 13 people have liked it, and I could see all of the results of it. When the, let's go to one that's done. So let's click on View Results. So when I click on View Results, I'll be able to get a summary of how many people saw the post, how many people went to the website. So I know that this one generated 52 web visits. So 1,000 colones in local currency is about $2. So I spent $2 on this, and I got 52 unique people to go to my website and interact with my content, hopefully getting them to stay on the website with all of the additional content that we have on there. So I leverage social media marketing. So in your case, the event directory, I would copy the link of an event on my on your Facebook page. I would post it, and after you've posted it, I would go ahead and boost the post. So you're basically paying to have it display on people's feeds. And one thing that you can do, we're getting a little bit more advanced, but one thing that you can do, and I'm not going to cover it in this particular webinar because it is a bit of a topic, but you're able to target the audience. So you'll see when I go to boost post, my audience is going to be mothers in Costa Rica. So I have a very specific audience that I'm targeting. It's 100% women, because it's targeting mothers, and you can see my audience has a very specific demographic. I don't market to teenagers, and I don't market to people that are grandparents or great-grandparents. So I'm making sure that my marketing dollar is being spent wisely, that if I have somebody coming to my website, it's going to be somebody that's most likely to stay on my website and continue interacting with that content. So in your case, you're talking about spring break events. I would imagine it'd be a younger demographic. You may even want to target local colleges or universities around your area and basically create a custom audience and then publish all of the content towards that particular audience.
Great, that's great feedback.
Yeah, so that's what I think works best. For those of you that, I know it may sound intimidating, there's a ton of amazing content on the internet. You just have to write create custom audience on Facebook, and basically it's going to give you how-tos, and then with just following those how-tos, you can then follow those best practices. It's really worth doing.
Exactly. Yep, and yeah, you might want to target the colder cities, the colleges that are trying to get to warm weather. So yeah, you can do that. You can, target all the colleges, in New York and so on and so forth. Let me show you one more thing of how you can actually draw more focus to this on your website itself. So while Pat was talking, I made this cheesy little banner here. It says Spring Break Events, View All Now. And
okay.
I just want to make sure you can see my screen here. Yep, okay. So what you can do is this area here, you can actually swap out this search with, let's log out of here, with a banner ad. So do you mind if we just do that temporarily real quick?
Yeah, go ahead. That's a great idea.
All right. So a lot of people ask, can I add banner ads to my website? You absolutely can, and we have a few designated spots for them. One of them is to replace this search here. So we're going to do two things here. We're in the design settings in the admin, and we're going to edit the header design. And this is the show header search. That's what's there right now. And we have a ton of different search modules you can show there based on the focus of your site, jobs, etc. In this case, we're going to do hide the search, show banner ad. But that's only half the step. Now we have to actually add the banner image that we want. So we're going to go to banner ad design. And I'm going to first make sure that display banner advertisements is set to yes. That will enable these to display in their designated areas. and we're going to go to header banner ad design, and we're going to replace this one. And we'll just wait for some images, this to load. So we're going to upload an image to our image manager. There we go. And I just saved that as banner. I don't know if it's going to look good. I just did a quick thing there. That's fine though. So here's the image, and then you can choose the link it goes to. So let me do this. Let me keep this page open, and let's create a spring break category for your events. So in order to do that, we're going to go to the form manager, and when you publish events, you can actually choose the category that an event is listed in. So we're going to go to the form manager, and I'm going to search for events, and there should be a category field. So these are like generic categories: sports, social, business, family. Let's add spring break as the first one. Spring break events. And there, oops. Okay, so spring break events is now a category. Let's save the changes. And now the question is, well, once we have events in the spring break category, how do we link to them? So a good way to do that is we just need you need your events search here in the sidebar. So we do have, I would recommend having an events search here in the sidebar, so we can add that very easily. Let me go here to the sidebar manager. And we're going to do all these things. So is this your events search here? I'm assuming you're using this sidebar. So look, you've created a lot of different search modules here, sidebars here, which is great. And just to be sure what sidebar this is, I'm going to use the show widgets tool, and it's going to tell me which sidebar is here since you have so many of them. And it's actually the post search results sidebar. So I know which sidebar this is. So that's right here. And I'm going to edit that one. And so you have the events calendar, which we see, and some other links there. Let's look for events here. You should have a sidebar search. Oh, you know what? You need the search module dynamic search. Let me save that. We're going to a lot of different places here. I hope I'm not losing anyone. I'm just updating his sidebar with the dynamic search. And then in your post settings here, over here where you edit your different post types is where you can designate the sidebar to use. So I'm going to edit your events. And in the search results design for your events, we're going to scroll down, and you can choose the sidebar to use. And the sidebar search module should be the events search. So now when that was already set. So now we should have, if we cross our fingers, yes, we have search events here in the sidebar now. And one of those is now going to be spring break. So what you can do is you can just click spring break events and hit search. And this is going to basically give you the URL you need to search spring break events. So we'll go back to where we started here in the banner ad. So the header banner ad is going to show this image, and then we want it to link here. Let's save the changes. And now if we refresh this, so if you want to promote spring break events, that's huge, but you can put a nice banner ad there. You now have the link for spring break events, so if you start adding some spring break events, they will be listed here, and that's how you can showcase spring break events on your site a little bit more.
That's perfect. That works out great.
Okay, so now you just have
I guess there's a way to also select a date range with that search bar?
Yeah, so with the search events, that's why I added this here. It's pretty nice. You can search by keyword. You might want to get rid of the location field because you said you're in Corpus Christi. And then you can do the date range here. People can choose the start date of the events. So you can choose the date range and the category and then conduct a search.
That's awesome.
So this is how you can draw more attention to events on your site. And mind you, I didn't touch one line of code. I just kind of changed some settings around.
No custom code, all just in the settings. So that's great. Thanks, guys.
Very welcome.
All right, good stuff. All right, that was a fun one. That's very useful to everybody out there. How do you promote the content, whether it's a coupon site, an event site, and how do you drive traffic to your website. So I'm always excited whenever we get to cover that topic.
Absolutely. For those of you that joined us a little late, just to reiterate the deal of the week, it is to get 14 days of website backups for your site. It's normally $50 a month, and the sale price for the deal of the week for the webinar attendees is $15 per month. And that means that in the event that there's errors, you accidentally delete something, you know, so one of your staff members changes something, you have 14 consecutive days of backups that you can choose to restore from. Your website currently only comes with 1 day of backup saved, so if 2 days go by and the error was on your site, you're kind of going to be in a tough place. So this is kind of like insurance for your site. You can go to brilliantdirectories.com/promo, and I think this is just really, really good to have on your site for you know, peace of mind as a safety net.
Absolutely. Thank you, Jason. So we have quite a few people writing in questions that don't have a mic. So I figured there's a couple of them here that are both related to the similar area of the dashboard. So I figured we could get to both of these questions if that's all right with you.
Of course, let's do it.
First one is from Kumar. I hope I pronounced that correctly. He's writing in saying the search result layout shows the same thing twice at the top. How can I stop this? And because this does come in quite a bit, I think I'm pretty sure I know what he's referring to, and that would be the H1 and the H2 in a search results layout. So perhaps we can show everybody what Kumar is referring to.
We may be able to use the iLock Connect site one more time as an example here. So let's see if that's doing it. So let's check out the site. Let's just do a search for lawyer. Okay, so yeah, I see what he's talking about. So in your search results, you kind of have the main title here, and then you have a subtitle here. This is what Kumar is referring to, Pat?
Precisely. So if you were to type in San Francisco, you would probably see very similar H1 and H2, which is great for SEO, bad for aesthetics. It's always that question of which one will you give more importance to.
Gotcha. So yeah, if you wanted to hide this, there's a couple ways to do it. One of them is you could edit the SEO template. We've been doing that a few times today. So let's just go in here to the SEO template. And we can see that it says top rated and then the profession name here. And that's exactly what we're seeing here, top rated legal professionals. If you wanted to, you could just delete that and save your changes and it won't show there. So that's one way to do it. The other way is there's actually a design setting option. Let's go to design settings. And yeah, I agree. Sometimes people don't want this second subheading here, just the first one is enough. So in your design settings, there are additional design settings, and this is getting so filled up, I think we're going to actually split these up into more specific modules. But in the additional design settings, down here, you do have search results H1. So first of all, you can choose the size of how big you want that. So you can make it, you know, much bigger. Same with the search results H2 size. So H2 is the subheading and H1 is the main heading. And then alternatively, you have simple yes or no show options. So you can do show search results H1 and show search results H2. Let's go ahead and hide the H2 and save the changes. And after that saves, what we'll do is we'll refresh the page. Looks like this one's been customized though. Let's see if this works.
There's a lot of customization with these SEO templates.
Oh, okay, there you go. Now we only see the subheading, and this is a lot bigger now. It took my font size, but now we've gotten rid of the H2 there. So we just see the main heading. Let's add it back real quick. Additional design settings, and show search results H2. I'm going to set that to yes. And we'll save the changes. And if we come back to the site after that saves and refresh the page, now we see the subheading there again. So you can do it in the design settings, or you can do it in the SEO templates as well, where you can just delete it altogether. So good question there. Thank you.
All right, and also since we're talking about design settings, this question also relates to that. Genevieve writes in saying, I saw in a different webinar that you can change the layout of search results. How do I do this?
Change the layout.
So by that I gather she's referring to the grid view or the list view or the map view for the different search result pages for the members or for the content.
Absolutely. So this is our demo site. Let me open up a couple of these demos, real estate and also our geo theme right here. So yeah, we have a few different options for the search results display, and you can toggle between them here. So you can choose which one of these it starts on. So maybe you want it to start on the map view. I particularly don't like this one because it's not exactly super helpful. I like to see the person's name and information. There's also a grid view, which creates like a Pinterest layout where the items are kind of bricked upon each other. And then there's the list view. And if we go to the real estate agent site and we search for agents, I think by default this one is in a grid view. Nope, this one's in a list view. All right, let's look at the geo theme. I think by default it's in a map view.
Mm-hmm.
And there it is. So this one's actually going full width. There's no sidebar. That's an option too. And we see a map view here. So if this would be really helpful if your site was only in one industry, because this isn't really helpful if you're looking at a hamburger joint and a lawyer's office and a dog walker. This would be helpful if you're looking at all plumbers or people who offer the same type of services, so you know how far away you are from them. Similar like when you look for restaurants on Yelp. You know, you look for a certain type of restaurant and then you can look at the map view on Yelp and you can see all the results. So the way to control the default display setting, so this is grid view, so this is starting in map view, you can go to the design settings again, and under additional design settings, same place, there is an option here, member search results layout. So you can have three options, the list view, the grid view, and the map view. So all you need to do is designate which one you want, and that will be the default view when you do a member search on the site, a search for your members on the site. So good question there.
All right, that's awesome. Thank you.
Yeah. I like this one when you have good profile pictures. The grid view does look very nice. Sometimes when businesses are uploading their logos, you know, you're not always having profile photos, but when it's logos and they're skinny and horizontal, it's really hard to see them and it doesn't really produce a nice effect. So yeah, the choice, the power is in your hands. List view, grid view, or map view. Good question. Okay, Sheila, our contest winner today, you have a question for us?
Yes, I do. I wanted to know, on the member's profile, you know how we have the social icons?
Yes.
Is there a way to mimic that but make a category that would say something like appointment scheduler? A few weeks ago you gave, I think it was someone in Corpus Christi, you gave a suggestion of changing the icon to something else, you know, to help promote other services. So what I wanted to do was offer something like a scheduler and then link over to their website where a person can schedule, kind of like Yelp. Does that make sense?
I do. So
I believe she's referring to the open table example we had a few weeks ago.
Yes, exactly. Yes.
Gotcha. So why don't we do this? Why don't we actually, let me think here for a moment, what would be a good example site to look at? I'm going to do this on a fresh site, not one that's been customized or anything like that. So let's look at a member here. So this is kind of the site everyone gets when they start with Brilliant Directories. Let's log in as this member here. Sample listing, their contact details. Let's add, I'm just going to add a field under let's add it under their company name. And we'll just call it open table link. OpenTable is a website where restaurants can get reservations booked. So this is going to be more showing everyone also how to add more custom fields to the members' profile pages, to the listings. So what we want to do is we want to edit this form. So this is a form, and we want to add a new field to it. So the way to do that is we go to the toolbox, and we go to the form manager, and I'll try to explain this as simple as possible. We're going to look for the listing contact details member. This is the form that we're going to be editing. And you see here first name, last name, company name. And we'll see those exact same things here if we scroll down. We see first name, last name, and company name. These are, and the form continues. So let's add a new field, and we will call it OpenTable link. And we do have to give it a database name. So you just want to give it something like user underscore OpenTable, just something, no spaces, just a variable that will be used in the database. And the field type, there's a lot of field types, but just to be on the safe side, I would always just choose the text input field. And then lastly, just as an additional aesthetic touch, what you can do is, if you click this edit button, you do get some options open up here. Might look a little scary for a lot of you, but just an extra tip here, copy the CSS class from one of the existing ones like first name, and go ahead and pop it in here as the CSS class as well. That's going to give it a nice design. And then what I'll do is I'll drag this down, and we'll just put it under last name for right now. So it's drag and drop. You can choose the order, and let's save the changes. Now, if we come back to this member and we refresh the page, under the last name, we should see OpenTable link. I'm just going to put the link of this website for right now, and I'll save the changes. And now if we go to the public profile, under the Overview tab, we do see OpenTable link right here, and we do see the link right here. And I actually think, Sheila, instead of making it a text input field, I think if we make it a website address, it will make it into a link. Not 100% sure. Let's see here. It may not. But nonetheless, the important lesson here is we were able to add a new field, and it is showing on their profile page. This isn't, that didn't make it link, but you know, there's other things we can do to get that to link. And knowing this, you know, I saw someone make you know, a website for tutors, and they added different fields like languages spoken, certain types of certifications that they had. So you can really add custom fields that are related to the your industry of your website, beyond just the simple things like year established and hours of operation. You can totally switch these out for things that are more related to your website's industry.
Okay, and I think I did those steps. I think the only thing I messed up on is that I tried to mimic, you know, as though there was an icon. I was going to make an icon for it and put it within the online social, and that's where I think I went wrong.
Yeah, to do that, yeah, these icons are actually, there would be a little customization involved there because you have to choose the image to use for this. Right. So just a little bit of customization. It's not very difficult, but this should get you halfway there. And maybe in next week's webinar, if you get this working, we can actually work on turning that into a live link with an image together.
Okay, perfect. Thank you.
All right, good question there from Sheila. Yeah, and you saw to add a link there, you do have to go to the form manager. It might be a little intimidating for some people, but if you just follow those simple steps and take your time and a deep breath, you should be able to achieve the adding new goals, adding new fields without any problem. And we are a little bit out of time. We went a little over today, but we want to thank everyone for joining us. Please don't forget to register next week. If you had questions that weren't answered today, join us next week and we'll do our best to get to those questions. And check out the deal of the week, brilliantdirectories.com/promo. Add some insurance and security and a safety net to your website for just $15 a month in the event that you need to restore a backup. I'm Jason Haloossim here from Brilliant Directories, and we'll catch you guys next week.
All right, thanks, Jason. See everybody next week.